Yeah, let's finish. I want to give a big round of applause here for Vincent Bryan Wigglesworth, a very famous insect physiologist and stuff. Give him a big, very warm welcome. He just came back from the grave to tour Florida. I don't think that's loud enough for somebody that came back from the grave in order to tour Florida. I mean, it's not like the same as like coming over from Wisconsin or something, you know. Like, I mean, Wisconsin has a lot of cows and stuff that you got to get through in order to be able to come somewhere. You got to move through all the cows, and the cows are in the road and they're on the tracks and stuff like that, and it's a real problem. But if you come back from the dead, you got to get through the coffin, and you got to get past the maggots and larvae and stuff like that, and you got to dig your way out. Unless you have assistance on the surface. Not saying that I would ever do anything like that, because that's illegal. And part about being a world famous entomologist is you don't do things like that. They're illegal. I've never blogged and chatted and said bad things about people because it's a bad idea. Well, so I'm having a nice time here in Florida. Things have been going really well. And yeah, it's good, right? So we'll tell you a couple little stories. I got a couple little jokes. Some of you've heard them before. Yeah, well, that's right. I got some jokes. You already laughed at these before. But so yeah, you know, some of you've heard them before, so just bear with me. And we'll just start off with you know, we're in Florida and we went to the beach today, and thought we were gonna, you know, see some waves and stuff, but there wasn't really any waves at the beach, which was very unfortunate. But I did find some clams in the water. But there was these surfers, and they were all upset and stuff like that because there were no waves. And so one of them said a curse word really loud. It was really loud, and there were children around. And they said this curse word really loud. And so he came. But then finally there was no waves. But when he said that curse word really loud, this big wave came in backwards from the shore out to sea and just splashed him really hard, pulled him right out into the ocean, and just like sucked him in. And it was because the god of the ocean, he was Poseidon himself. That's good, right? Yeah, that's right. Right, so I got another one. So this particle was really thirsty. Particle was real thirsty, and you know, at first he came in, and his name was Neutron, and walked into a bar, and because he was real thirsty, he thought about what kind of drink he was going to get, and you know, it's not like a beer thirst he had. He had like a order off the menu kind of thirst. He had a really bad day, and he needed something a little stiff, and so he, you know, browsed down the menu and stuff, and he got himself a drink. It was a real expensive drink, and he knew it because he looked at the menu and stuff, and Neutron looked at the menu smart like that, and he went into asked the bartender, he's like, bartender, how much is that going to cost? And the bartender was like, for you, no charge. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that. You look good. Very nice. Good science jokes. The thing I don't understand, like, you know, Florida's real flat. You know, it's real flat, so you don't have to worry. Well, except for up north, you know, in Tallahassee. But Florida's real flat, so you don't really have to worry about things like valleys and hills and stuff. It's just really kind of out of your conscious mind and stuff. I know that. I understand that, you know, but one thing I was thinking about when Wigglesworth and I were driving here, these long drives, and you got nothing to talk about, we were talking about if you have a sponge cake, and you take the sponge cake and put it on, you got yourself a sponge cake, you know, and you got to top the sponge cake at bottom, but if you turn it upside down, then do you have an upside down sponge cake? Maybe. But then if you take a pineapple upside down cake, and you take that pineapple upside down cake, and you turn it upside down again, it's not a pineapple right side up cake. It's just an upside down pineapple upside down cake. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's confusing. And if you have a mountain, if you've got a mountain and you see that mountain, the mountain's high, right? That's a high mountain. And you take that mountain and you turn it upside down, you got a valley. Or you could say you got a canyon. But you don't have a reverse mountain. Isn't that right? That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. This is reminding you of something from your childhood, isn't it? Something really very special. So are we going to the next phase of development? Are we on the next phase of development? Just leaving me here hanging. So there's Heinz 57. I tried this one earlier and it totally failed, so let's try it again. There's Heinz 57. Well, you're gonna eat a hot dog, right? And you got Heinz 57, and then you got French's. And they both have a certain kind of packaging we're used to. And all of a sudden, like, the whole hell break loose about 5-10 years ago, and everybody's packaging changed, right? Big squeezable shit, you know? Where it wasn't like little jars for French's anymore, and it wasn't like Heinz were in the big glass bottles. But the French's hurried up and came with modern packaging, something squeezable. They mustered up the courage. But only until recently did Heinz red sauce catch up. Yes. Score! You alright, Dad?
I think I can hold it.
Okay, you can hold it on the fort. This is a fort now. We're not in the house anymore. Just gotta imagine Patriots out in the fort. Hold on, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go this way.